I know we've all seen the memes on social media about the infamous door slam, where someone just cuts all ties and walks away from troublesome relationships or family dynamics with unseen ease. While I can attest to this being a very factual thing, as I've done this myself, there's quite a bit of psychology and deep meaning behind taking this action. Today, we'll look at Carl Jung's perspective on the door slam idea and how someone finds themselves choosing to close the door forever. Instances of silent withdrawal often occur without prior warning, justification, or subsequent communication. What may seem like abrupt disappearance by a considerate individual can be interpreted, according to Carl Jung, not as an act of malice, but as a complex psychological process of self-preservation. The outward appearance of indifference frequently conceals a profound personal transformation. When individuals sever ties with others, they are not abandoning themselves. Rather, they are engaging in a process of self-discovery that marks a definitive shift in their personal development. Jung's extensive research identified this behavioral pattern among patients experiencing psychological strain. These individuals typically displayed kindness and generosity, often absorbing the distress of those around them until reaching a psychological threshold. Jung concluded this phenomenon was not a breakdown, but rather an awakening, whereby the person reevaluated their relationships and gained new clarity that could not be ignored. The decision to disengage from others is often misconstrued as impulsive, when in reality it is the result of prolonged contemplation and an accumulation of experiences. Throughout what Jung described as the accumulation phase, individuals observe repeated breaches of trust and recurring exploitation of their goodwill. They internalize these events, frequently attributing fault to themselves while continuing to accommodate others. Eventually, an implicit rationale emerges, guiding the determination that their continued investment is unwarranted. Jung's findings revealed that such individuals possess strategic acumen rather than victimhood. Their cognitive processing of emotional information parallels computational precision, enabling them to discern interpersonal dynamics and manipulation. While patience is often perceived as weakness, Jung argued it is a powerful tool within psychological frameworks. Integral to this process is Jung's concept of the shadow, a facet of personality often left unacknowledged. For those predisposed to giving and helping, the shadow houses assertiveness, boundaries, and the ability to disengage. Activation of this aspect results in decisive, sometimes immediate behavioral change that reflects a more integrated self. This phenomenon involves instantaneous withdrawal, where access to the individual's time and attention ceases abruptly. This action is characterized by a lack of emotional turmoil for the individual affecting the separation, as their subconscious reasoning has already determined that continuing the relationship is detrimental. This is often referred to as the door slam. This has been attributed to specific personalities, such as the INFJ. However, many have utilized this when exiting relationships or friendships. Jung contextualized relationships as exchanges of psychic energy, noting the persistent imbalance, where one party continually gives while receiving neglect or manipulation, triggers decisive disconnection. This assessment is undertaken at a subconscious level, resulting in termination of the relational pattern. Importantly, Jung reframed this behavior as integral to individuation, the psychological process through which a person achieves authentic self-realization. Full self-actualization cannot occur while conforming to external expectations or sacrificing authenticity. In certain circumstances, individuation necessitates withdrawing from all relationships that impede genuine self-expression. Upon attaining a clear understanding of relational dynamics, individuals are unable to revert to previous perceptions. Recognizing underlying patterns of selfishness and manipulation renders prior iterations of the relationship obsolete. Again, as we've discussed before, once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Ultimately, the aftermath of disengagement is marked not by regret or emotional decline, but by liberation and personal satisfaction. Individuals who have undergone this transformation report a sense of freedom and contentment following their decision. This feeling of release often ushers in a period of reflection where individuals reassess their priorities and reestablish boundaries that honor their authentic selves. Freed from the constraints of draining relationships, they are empowered to pursue opportunities and connections that align more closely with their values and aspirations. The space created through disengagement enables personal growth and fosters resilience, allowing for healthier, more balanced relationships in the future. In essence, the act of walking away becomes a catalyst for renewed self-respect and a deeper sense of purpose. Plus, there is that undeniable smile that you'll notice on your face. The absolute freedom of not being mentally exhausted creates a peace of mind that will remind you every time you look at the mirror that you are going to be just fine.